MLB Trade Deadline 2025. Biggest moves, breaking deals featuring Astros, Yankees, Padres. The world of Major League Baseball was set ablaze this week as teams scrambled to make their rosters playoff ready before the 2025 trade deadline. With a flurry of high-profile deals and blockbuster trades, the final hours leading up to July 31st saw some of the biggest names in the sport change uniforms. But here's where it gets fascinating. Not every move was met with universal approval, and opinions are flying fast about which teams came out on top. Will these bold gambles pay off, or will they backfire? Let's dive into the details and find out. The action reached a fever pitch on Thursday, the final day of the deadline, with two teams standing out above the rest. The San Diego Padres made headlines by acquiring Oakland Athletics closer Mason Miller in a multiplayer trade that sent shockwaves through the league. Known for his blazing fastball, Miller could be the missing piece San Diego needs to solidify its bullpen. Meanwhile, the Houston Astros pulled off what many are calling a jaw-dropping move, bringing Carlos Correa back into the fold in a trade with the Minnesota Twins. Correa, who helped lead the Astros to a World Series title earlier in his career, now returns to a city where he became a fan favorite. Was this a stroke of genius or an unnecessary risk? That's the part most people are debating. But the drama didn't stop there. On Wednesday night, just before the clock struck midnight, the Philadelphia Phillies bolstered their relief corps by adding Twins closer Duran, while the New York Mets snagged Cardinals closer Ryan Helsley. These moves signaled clear intent from both National League East contenders to dominate down the stretch. Later that evening, the Seattle Mariners made waves by acquiring power-hitting third baseman Eugenio Suárez from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Could Suárez's bat provide the spark Seattle needs to secure a postseason berth? To help you keep track of all the wheeling and dealing, we've compiled a comprehensive list of the notable trades that went down during this whirlwind period. From veteran pitchers to promising young prospects, dozens of players found themselves switching teams in pursuit of championship glory. Scroll down to explore the full scope of the chaos, and maybe even spot your favorite player in a new uniform. Hashtag notable trades from the 2025 MLB Trade Deadline. July 31st, Detroit Tigers acquired RHP Charlie Morton. Baltimore Orioles picked up LHP Micah Ashman. Milwaukee Brewers added RHP Shelby Miller and LHP Jordan Montgomery. Arizona Diamondbacks received cash considerations. Kansas City Royals welcomed off Mike Yastrzemski. San Francisco Giants brought in RHP Junior Marte. Texas Rangers secured RHP Phil Maiden. St. Louis Cardinals gained LHP Mason Molina and RHP Skylar Hales. Cincinnati Reds obtained infield off Miguel Andujar. Oakland Athletics acquired RHP Kenya Huggins. Toronto Blue Jays traded for RHP Louis Varland and INF Ty France. Minnesota Twins snagged RHP Kendrys Rojas and OF Allen Rodin. Tampa Bay Rays grabbed RHP Griffin Jacks. New York Yankees made waves by acquiring RHP Camilo Doval. San Francisco Giants added INF Jesus Rodriguez, 3B Parks Harbor, and RHP Tristan Vreeling. Kansas City Royals picked up RHP Bailey Falter. Pittsburgh Pirates acquired 1B Callan Moss and RHP Evan Sisk. Chicago White Sox received INF Curtis Mead, RHP Duncan Davitt, and RHP Ben Peoples. San Diego Padres bolstered their rotation with RHP Nestor Cortez. Boston Red Sox swapped for RHP Dustin May. Los Angeles Dodgers got OF Alex Call. Houston Astros added OF Jesus Sanchez. Miami Marlins acquired RHP Ryan Gusto. Minnesota Twins also picked up RHP Garrett Horn. San Diego Padres rounded out their lineup with 1B Ryan O'Hearn and OF Ramon Laureano. New York Mets boosted their outfield with OF Cedric Mullins. Los Angeles Angels acquired INF Oswald Peraza. Washington Nationals nabbed RHP Eric Swan and RHP Sean Paul Lenyon. Atlanta Braves secured RHP Tyler Kinley. Colorado Rockies added 2B Rock Riggio and LHP Ben Shields. Baltimore Orioles scored RHP Raymond Gomez, RHP Anthony Nunez, and RHP Chandler Marsh. July 30th, Houston Astros strengthened their infield with INF Ramon Urias. Boston Red Sox acquired LHP Steven Matz. Chicago Cubs picked up RHP Andrew Kittredge. Seattle Mariners traded for 3B Eugenio Suárez. Cincinnati Reds added RHP Zach Littell. Los Angeles Dodgers brought in LHP Adam Serwinowski, RHP Paul Gervais, and C. Ben Rortvedt. Tampa Bay Rays secured C. Hunter Fiducia and RHP Brian Van Bell. And so much more unfolded over the course of those hectic days. As the dust settles, one question remains. Which team truly won the trade deadline? Did the Padres' acquisition of Mason Miller give them the edge they need? Or will the Astros regret taking a chance on Carlos Correa? It's moments like these that remind us why baseball is such a thrilling sport and why fans can't wait to see how these moves play out on the field. So, tell us, who do you think came out ahead? Carlos Correa's triumphant return to Astros inside the Blockbuster trade. A stunning twist has just rocked the baseball world. Carlos Correa is back with the Houston Astros, and the entire team dynamic has shifted overnight. If you think this is just another trade, think again. This move is already stirring up strong opinions and could reshape the Astros' season. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. The emotional impact on the clubhouse, the ripple effects on the roster, and the behind-the-scenes drama that most fans never see. Let's set the scene. In Boston, the Bregman family celebrated young Knox's third birthday, taking advantage of a rare day off shared by both the Astros and the Red Sox. As the rain cleared, baseball was naturally part of the festivities. Fathers tossed batting practice to their sons, and the kids' swings, especially Knox's impressive lefty cut, became a highlight. But the real excitement came when Maria Hader interrupted the fun with breaking news. We got Carlos. For Josh Hader, this was more than just a transaction. He and Maria met back in 2015 when Hader played with Correa at Houston's Double-A affiliate in Corpus Christi. That team was stacked with future stars like Teoscar Hernandez, Joe Musgrove, and Lance McCullers Jr. Over the years, most of those players were traded away, and few expected to see them return. Hader himself came back to Houston on a record-setting free agent deal, and now Correa was returning in a blockbuster trade engineered by owner Jim Crane, something that seemed impossible just days before. Correa himself admitted he never thought a reunion with the Astros was in the cards. Before Friday's game at Fenway Park, he confessed, "I never thought this would happen or there was a chance for this to happen." The news sent shockwaves through the team. Jose Altuve, Correa's longtime friend, had to text him to confirm the rumors. Utility player Mauricio Dubon was glued to Instagram, refreshing for updates, and stopped searching as soon as he saw Correa's name. Trades of this magnitude can bring everything to a standstill, whether it's a birthday batting practice or family movie night. Astros manager Joe Espada was watching The Bad Guys 2 with his daughters when his phone buzzed with the news. He didn't mind missing the movie's ending. The real drama was unfolding in the clubhouse. Here's the part most people miss. Correa's contract included a full no-trade clause, giving him total control over his destination. He revealed that other teams had reached out, but he refused to waive his clause for anyone except Houston. When the Astros thing happened, obviously, that was the only one place that I would have waived my no-trade clause, Correa explained. This decision speaks volumes about his loyalty and the unique bond he feels with the Astros. The Minnesota Twins, meanwhile, are in a state of flux, still up for sale and coming off 2 disappointing seasons. They traded away 10 players from their roster in a single day, but none of those moves shocked the baseball world like Correa's departure. Not only will Correa be changing teams, but he'll also be shifting to third base, a move that Altuve says will make him our leader. Astros manager Espada could feel the energy shift immediately. The dynamic in there is completely different right now, he said, describing Correa's enthusiasm and focus on winning. Correa wasn't interested in talking about himself. He wanted to know about his new teammates and how he could help the team succeed. Espada, whose team has battled injuries all season, saw this trade as a clear signal from management. It shows that they're willing to do whatever it takes to win a championship again. As a player, that's what you want, Hader echoed. The Astros front office, led by GM Dana Brown and owner Jim Crane, made it clear they're all in for another title run. But here's a controversial angle. Is this aggressive win-now approach sustainable, or could it backfire in the long run? Hader, who's been part of multiple blockbuster trades, including the Padres' high-profile acquisition of Juan Soto in 2022, knows that big moves don't always guarantee a championship. That San Diego team fell short, and the sting still lingers. Now, with Correa and new faces like Jesus Sanchez joining the Astros, the clubhouse is buzzing with renewed hope. It's go time, Dubant said. Who we have in this clubhouse is who we're going to go with into October, possibly the World Series. It's uplifting having new faces and everything. It's going to recharge everybody and try to go out there and win every year. So what do you think? Is Correa's return the missing piece for another Astros championship? Or is this just another high-risk gamble? Do you agree with the team's aggressive strategy, or do you worry about the long-term consequences? Let's hear your thoughts. Drop your opinions in the comments below and join the debate.